Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Programming with a Purpose. In this video we are going to discuss another animation. So first we are going to create a custom tab bar and then we are going to animate its icons once they are clicked. So you cannot animate the icons of the tab bar that is provided by SwiftUI, so you have to basically create your custom tab bar for it. Here I am creating an enum with the name tab and 3 tabs, which is home, favorite and profile. Now I am extending it to basically pass a certain image name that will correspond to each of these cases, home, favorite and profile. So write this code and let's move further. So here I am copy pasting the code and replacing it with the relevant cases inside the extension tab. So we have set 3 of the images: house.fill, starfill and person.fill. Now I am going to create a tab bar button, which means that the actual code for the creation of each of the button inside this custom tab bar. So let's extend it with a view and we are going to pass a tab to it and some other variables that I am going to show you here one by one. So first is scaled, that is set to false. So why we are going to use this variable, I am going to show you in a while. So here I've set body sum view and there is a button that is created. So before writing the action of this button, I am going to create the UI of this button, which will be an image which will correspond to this extension tab that we have written earlier. So we are going to get the image name from the tab and then we are going to pass a scale effect. So if it's scaled, it is set to 1.5, otherwise to 1.0. So this is the first type of animation that we can provide here. Then we are setting the font with the size of the title, foreground color. So for foreground color, we have basically 2 types of color. Either it can be of some color or gray, which means it is not selected. So for that, I am going to pass a selected tab binding variable. And if our tab is the selected tab, which we are going to highlight with a red color, otherwise it is going to be the gray color. So there is an offset, so we want to move it at a certain position when it's clicked. So this will also be part of our animation. So here I'm going to create another variable with the name of nudge offset. So at what position I want to move this icon or this button basically upon clicking. So the nudge offset multiply by cos of some angle. So we want to give it a little twist, so we have multiplied it with an angle. So same code is copied here and I provided a certain angle here. You can basically play around with the angle values depending upon the effect that you want to achieve. After that, a rotation effect is performed with a certain degrees according to the nudge offset. So here I am providing a with animation inside the button click. So this is with a effect of ease in out with a duration of 0.5. So what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to select the selected tab is equals to the tab. So the tab that is selected is passed to the selected tab. Is scaled is toggle. It means that if the is scaled is false, it is going to be set to true and a nudge offset is set to 10. Now after a certain time, I want to reset these values so that the icon moves back to its original position. So here I am setting a dispatch queue.main.async after, which means that after 0.5 seconds it is going to reset the value of the tab. So for that I am going to toggle the scaled variable and I am going to set the nudge offset to 0. So this is all of the code that is going to be played when a button is clicked, along with the animation of ease in out. Now next we are going to create a custom tab bar with this struct tab bar button for each of the three values of the enum. So first I am going to create a binding variable of selected tab, which we want to pass to this tab bar button. Next is the UI. So basically it is going to be a horizontal stack, 8 stack of 3 buttons. Here I'm setting in the preview custom tab bar so that I'll be able to see how it looks like on the screen. So I've set it to .home. So here now I will be setting the tab bar buttons, spacing between them. So I've added some spacing to make it more presentable, and then I'm going to set a frame width which is going to basically occupy whole of the screen by setting a maximum width. After that, a padding is added to basically add padding towards the top and the bottom of this 8 stack, and then a background color is added because we are going to set the overall background of the image as a colored, so I've set it to white for this tab bar. Then there is a border and a corner radius, and a padding is added on the horizontal scale. So I've set the corner radius to 5 so that the line that is broken can be joined, but you can set it to any value. I'm going to move it to 15 once we are done with the original background of this content view. Now I'm going to basically pass the content view inside the preview, and I'm going to basically call this tab bar inside my content view. So let's add the code here on line number 13. So there will be a Z stack. Z stack will contain a linear gradient as a background and a tab bar on the top of it. So basically here I'm going to set the colors as purple or red. You can set any values you want, and then a start point which is going to be from top to bottom. You can set it to leading and trailing as well, but it is going to then set the gradient in on the basically horizontal scale. So I have covered whole of the area by setting dot edges ignore safe area. So this is how the Z stack is set. Now I'm going to add the custom tab bar, but we need to pass a selected tab here. So I'm going to pass the selected tab variable here. Why I have passed it here? Because if you want to switch between the tabs upon the clicking of this tab bar, so I am passing it from your main screen. You can launch basically 3 different views according to the clicking of these 3 icons on the tab bar. So this is how it's going to look like, and you can see here they are being animated. So here I am applying the different values and clicking on the icons to show you how it's going to change the animation. So you can play around with these values. You can also comment out the rotation effect to see that what will happen if we do not use the rotation effect. Then the rotation or the movement will most probably be on the linear scale. It will not basically be like the curvy rotation that we are seeing here. So this is how it's going to look like with these values. So you are going to move cos to sine so that you will be able to see the effect of the negative angle here. You can also change the angle inside the cos to see how it's look like. There's not much difference. Now let's play around with the nudge offset as well. So I am going to move it to a bigger value to show you how it's going to look like. So if I make it 50, the icon moves out of the scope or the screen, so it looks quite bad. So I have set it to 10. You can move it to 20 as well to make it basically more apparent in terms of movement. So this is all. You can apply any other effect you want to, like a spring effect or any other effect, to make it basically more lively. So here I am updating the corner radius to basically make the tab bar look more presentable. So this is all for this tutorial. I am going to move to the animations of the buttons. I hope you're learning something from this series. Do post in the comment section if there is any query. Do not forget to like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for tuning in.